everybody. Welcome to the holiday edition of Photographics. Today we're going to stretch some pixels from a candy cane. So the first thing you need to do is go into Schoology. You're going to go here to the Google Drive and we're going to download this image. Once this image is downloaded, we're going to go back to Photoshop. We're going to open this image. Mine's right here, a single candy cane. Perfect. So now you have this single candy cane. We got it from Unsplash. Thank you, Unsplash. And we are going to make some adjustments. So the first thing we need to do is turn off the lock on the background. Just click that little lock. Next thing we need to do is make a duplicate of this. So we're going to right click on our mouse and get duplicate layer. That's okay. You can go here also to duplicate layers on these three little lines. So if that's easier for you, you should do it there. Perfect. So we are going to select just the candy cane and get rid of the background. So we're going to go to Object Selection Tool. You could hit the W on your keyboard. And we are going to go here. There's a bar down here. If it says select subject, great. If your bar is gone, you can go to select and then hit select subject there. So it didn't quite do a spectacular job because of the white of the background and the white of the candy cane. So I'm just going to select my candy cane. I have to be in the right tool. So I'm going to just select my candy cane and it does a better job for me. So let's do that one more time just because it was kind of messy. So I'm going to go here. I have my object selection tool selected. I'm going to select subject and then I'm going to just click in the candy cane so I can tell the computer that that's what I want, even with the white stripe. So now it does a great job selecting that. We need to add a layer mask to get rid of the background. So down here in this rectangle with a circle is a layer mask. I clicked that and it gives me this black box right here with the white candy cane. If you want to turn off this eye on the first layer, it'll show you that the background is gone because it has a checkerboard, which means that it's transparent. So the next thing we need to do is select just a little bit of this candy cane. So I'm going to go to my marquees tool, which is the rectangle. You can also hit M on your keyboard. And I'm going to select the rectangular marquees. And I just want like the smallest little line from the top to the bottom. Super tiny. Perfect. So I just have a very, very tiny line from the top to the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect. It'll be okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to copy this. So I'm going to hit Command C. Oops. First, go back. Sorry. First, you want this picture selected. So go and select the picture, then hit Command C. We're going to add a new layer, and then we're going to hit Command V. And then we pasted that little bitty line in there. You can turn off this layer of the candy cane just to see the line. So we just have a white and red line. I'm going to turn my candy cane back on. All right. So if you didn't have the line, you were probably still on the mask. So go back, select the candy cane, and then cut and paste again. And paste it in a new layer. We should have the new layer selected. And then we're going to go here. We're going to hit Command T for transform. And then we're going to hold our Shift key down and we're going to drag this out all the way to the edge. And then I like to have it just so it goes all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. It can go over this. I'll show you why in just a minute here. So once you're done with that, you're gonna hit the check mark, and that makes it solid. So we can go here and move this layer above the other layer, And we can see that we have a pretty cool candy cane. The only problem here is this little space, and I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to go back to my stretched pixel layer, and I'm going to add a mask on there. And then I'm going to go back over here, get my brush tool, B for brush. I'm going to hit D for default to make sure my colors are black and white. And then I'm going to hit X until the black is on top. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to paint anything that I don't want to exist. There you go. So I made a little mass of my candy cane so I can get rid of anything that I don't like. I can also make some changes. So go and click the thumbnail of the pixel stretch with the color. And we are going to go to File, or to Edit, Transform, and then we're going to go to Warp. This is pretty cool. So anything you change here, any one of these little points make some changes. So you can do some wild things here. I like the top of the pixel stretch to kind of match up somewhere with the lines, just so it looks neat. But you can do it however you would like. And you can make it go over, because we can go back in and change our mask. These can even fold on top of itself. It's super cool. So I don't know how we'd move that to get close. Oh, there we go. Nah, that's not gonna work. It would be cool if it did. I'm sure there's a way. Oh well. All right, I'm not going to waste your time. You guys can play with that. How did I move that now? There you go. So you can put your candy cane however you would like. I'm just going to Command Z until I get back. There you go. So this is where I want it. I'm going to hit the check. And then I'm going to go back to my mask, get my black brush, and then remove any of these little pieces that I don't want to see. All right, perfect. So it looks pretty cool. The next thing we need to do is add a drop shadow on here. So I'm going to add a drop shadow. I'm making sure that I'm selecting the candy cane layer. So I'm back on the candy cane in the candy cane picture, and I'm hitting FX. And then I'm going to go down to drop shadow. All right, let's move this over. Make sure preview's clicked before you move it over. And I really want to see what the drop shadow looks like here. Right now, it looks like it kind of has two. So I'm going to make sure that my blending mode is on multiply. My opacity is at 40. Then I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to go to negative 179. 178, that'll work. I like my distance at 45, my spread at 11. And then you can decide the size of the spread, if you want it super solid or very like spray painted kind of. I'm gonna go with like 35. Looks good to me. The rest can stay, and then you can hit OK, and then there you go. So if you would like a different color background, you can add this background, and then we got a white background. Or if you want a new background, you can add a new layer and then bring that layer all the way down, right above this one. And then you're going to go to Paint Bucket, which is G under the gradient tool. And then you can go down here to this black swatch or whatever color's on top. And then you can decide. You can also use the dropper to find a color that's within your design. Sometimes that's helpful for keeping things consistent. I'm going to use that light pink color. I'm going to just click my paint bucket into the background, and now I have color in the background. You could change it to any color you want. Like if you want to do Christmas green, you can do that too. So once you're done with this, and this is all done, if you want a drop shadow on that those lines, because I think it would look cool here, you can add a drop shadow too. It's the same drop shadow as the other one, so you can just hit OK, and then now that has a drop shadow too. that's optional. Anyways, so we're going to save this. We're going to go save as first, and we're saving that as a PSD. I'd like this to be your last name. And then single candy cane. You can get rid of the rest if you'd like. Or leave it. Just leave it. That way you don't delete that. And then I save it on my desktop. You can save it wherever you'd like. And then hit save. This is okay. Then you need to save also as a copy so we can turn those into Schoology. So I saved as a copy. I'm going to a JPEG. And then I'm hitting save. This is okay. And then turn that into Schoology. If you have time and you would like to, you could pick any kind of candy or anything basically and do a drop shadow on that. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I will talk to you later.